Ciao a tutti, benvenuti a Meet X. Siamo a New York e siamo nello studio di un caro amico. Questa è la nostra prima edizione e abbiamo scelto una persona per me molto speciale perché oltre ad essere un amico è anche un grande fotografo. Voglio dare il benvenuto a Erez Sabag. Ciao Erez!
Ciao Mickey!
Come stai?
Very good, thank you for having me.
Okay, thank you for coming. So as you know, I want you to be here with us because I really believe you have an amazing story to tell. Do you mind to start a little bit to talk about yourself?
Sure. Hi, my name is Erez Sabag. I'm an Israeli-born photographer based in New York for the last 30 years. I started photography when I was 16, but when I was 14 and a half, I left school and went surfing around Europe because that was my dream and my passion. And when I came back to Israel at 16, I assisted a photographer for 3 years, but first I renovated the studio. And when I went to renovate the studio, I saw beautiful girls and I was like, oh, I will help you. And that was amazing because this photographer also was my mentor, most incredible artist that I met, I think, in my life. And he taught me how to respect women. And that's really something that helped me a lot in my career. I had to go serve in the army at 17 and I was a fireman in the Air Force. But while I was in the army, I would go and assist at the studio all the time. And when I finished the army, I left Israel and moved to Paris, and from Paris to New York, and the rest is history. 30 years later, I'm still here.
Which advice will you give to someone who wants to approach our world today?
Definitely stay true to yourself and work hard. If you can, assist on people that inspire you. With your work, say whatever you want to say, right? You have to tell a story, and I think today much easier for young people to tell their story with all the social media and platforms. Mm-hmm. But I think stay true to yourself, be kind to people, especially respect women. Stay creative and think out of the box.
If you could shoot a talent of the past or the present, who will you choose?
Sofia Loren and Monica Vitti, my favorite.
Yeah.
Love, yeah.
Yeah.
That's, for sure, 1,000,000%.
And then I will be there with you.
Yes, to style them.
To style them, yes. How do you find in your career a balance between creativity and profit?
Well, it's a very good question. It's very difficult these days, but we still do it. And I think it's a balance of whatever. First of all, whatever you do, commercial or art, give your 100%, everything you got, your love, because you do it because you love it, right? Still, with commercial work, sometimes we're commissioned to do certain jobs that change the concept, but it's still you bring your touch, your style to it, but at the same time you're there to deliver the client wish and whatever the client wants.
Right.
I do it with love. For me, it's something that helped me to reflect and to create.
Right now, the fashion world was moved by the recent pandemic and came up with many charities and fundraising. Did you participate?
It's a beautiful cause, that everyone saw it on many platforms, how many people care and share and donate images. I donated a few images to a different foundation as well. But my own thing, it's really, I work a lot with the breast cancer project that I work on a new book this year. I worked last year on a book, but so I donate a lot of my time for the foundation for breast cancer and project.
And what exactly you did with these women?
I collaborate with two doctors, brilliant doctors, Dr. Ron Israeli and Jonathan Bank, and one book that we did called Reconstructed. It's a woman that did, reconstruction. And so we photographed 16 women, patients of these doctors, that from all socioeconomic, all ethnicity, women that, again, never been in front of the camera, and photographing them based with a concept that called kintsugi. I don't know if you know what kintsugi is, but kintsugi is a Japanese art. When a pottery breaks, they glue it back with gold. then the object become even more expensive. So same thing, the woman will want to glorify the scars with gold, and they're even more beautiful right now. And right now I'm working on a new book called Restored, based with casts, and that we're doing sculpture and casts with the woman, that again the women are sculpture, their art themselves.
If I'm understanding correctly, you painted this in gold the scarves of those women?
Yes.
Oh,
We painted in gold, but also we use I always like to use the trompe-l'œil, that basically, you know, sometimes it's a painting, sometimes it's projection with light, sometimes it's again a makeup, sometimes it's with illustration, with graphic. We want to glorify the scars with gold and with different elements of gold.
That's amazing. That's an amazing idea.
So, and you can check my book, it's on sale on Amazon.
I have your book.
Thank you.
Describe your style in 3 words, please.
Cinematic, rock and roll, and sexy.
Do you have a secret dream?
Yes, to surf big waves in Tahiti, a place called Chapu. That the waves are huge and powerful, but I need to train. I need to stop working for at least 6 months a year to train.
How big is the wave that you ever surfed?
I surf in Hawaii many times, but my biggest wave I think was around 6 meter plus.
Wow.
But I still surf, you know, it's my passion since I'm 12 years old.
You are very busy, you know, because your career, you managed to have an amazing career for over 30 years, right?
Yes.
And I know how busy you are and how much, you know, how much is frenetic your schedule. So what do you do to take care of yourself?
Again, another great question. So I think it's I would say in the last 15 years, I managed to take a break. Basically, I work for 3-4 weeks, crazy, traveling around the world, and then I take a week break, and I got myself a little piece of heaven in Costa Rica, that I built a farm there, and so I'm able to go there with my family, chill. I have a production company down there that I shoot a lot. We shot there many times together.
Yes.
And I'm able to surf and still, you know, enjoy my passion. My passion has been always, you know, surfing and photography.
Wow.
So
That's
I still do what I love,
fortunate,
and I'm
right?
very fortunate. But we need to take a break to reflect and to recharge our batteries. And I think COVID, remind everyone many things, what's important in life. If they never took a break before, now they understand that they can take a break, and you need to make time for yourself and for your family. That is the most important thing.
I'm very curious to know and to let everyone know, how did you use your creativity with the limitation of the lockdown?
Yeah, it was very challenging, you know, like for all of us, but somehow I managed, because seeing my girls doing, you know, their Zoom, and my wife was like, is really savvy with all the Zoom, so I asked her how to share screen, etc. So I bought 4 iPhone 11X, and with the lighting, just a ring light, a tripod and a case, and I will FedEx them to any celebrity or any model that I had to photograph around the world. And I can be here in New York at my studio, and I send them a link, and from New York I control the phone wherever they are. And I managed to shoot many cover magazines with many celebrity, different jobs around the world. So it's amazing. It was amazing because you have to think out of the box,
Right.
and to think and still be creative. And the quality, you can see it on my Instagram, amazing.
Wow, that's genius.
I don't know if genius, but yes.
All right, I want to know a couple more things, please.
Yes.
Who is the person who influence you in life and the person you cannot live without?
The person that I cannot live without, I guess it would be me. But I'm not the one. I have influence all over. From you, I have influence for all my friends every day. From my assistant, from my team, I get influence from everything. So that's what inspires me every day, to be around people and collaborate with amazing people all the time. But I have to live with myself, even I like it or not.
If you will have to tell us an episode that was very special to you, something incredible happened Doesn't have to be in your work
Sure.
world.
So I think the most incredible thing was I have two girls. I have a 7-year-old and 11-year-old daughters.
Beautiful.
And when my 11-year-old was born, we did the home birth at home. So she was born in our bathtub at home in New York, and with the doula and midwife. And I think I was helping my wife in the bathtub and holding her, and while she was pushing. And when my baby came out, it was the most incredible things I ever seen in my life. And I was in tears. It was so emotional, powerful, and like an angel following you, and then you realize what love really means. And I think that's the time that I realized what really love really means, true love, unconditional love. It was very emotional, very powerful. And my second one always was born at home, but it was so quick, but it's still amazing experience.
I can imagine. Yeah, thank you for sharing this. How do you feel the city right now, Erez?
Well, New York is, it's definitely sad right now. It's we're trying to work and follow all the regulation and rules, but I think all the restaurants are closed. There's no going out at night. It's hard to socialize, obviously, like everywhere else.
Right.
And I think New York is really about after work you go out at night, dinners, friends, parties. That's what New York is amazing about. Always, we have everything here. There's more traffic because people, the more people bought more cars, because they don't want to take public transportation.
Right.
At the same time as well, many of my friends and our friends left the city, Let's say in the last 3 weeks I've been here, I saw only 2 friends, you for dinner with Geraldine and my friend Igal, that's all. I haven't been out, just work, the studio, work and home, and work at home, so I don't do nothing.
Yeah, New York is always getting through everything, right?
Yes.
So
We'll get through it and, we'll move on.
So thank you so much. I'm very
No,
grateful.
thank you so much for having me. I love you so much. You're my
I love you
inspiration and I love you so much.
Thank you.
And the tips you give me for fashion are always the best.
Thank you, Erez.
I love you.
Bye. Thank you. Ciao.
Ciao.